back there. Is there basketball?
I think it's so.
You know what time was it?
It's 5th of January. What time was it?
It was like 14 o'clock, 15 o'clock.
So 2 or 3 o'clock.
Did you not? We have she's kind of like a crew lead that was here that one time. Do you want her to come? Is she here? Or? She's not far. I was on the phone with her. She said, "Do you want me to come over here?"
Yeah, I guess it won't help. It won't hurt.
Yeah, she's going to come on.
Yeah, just have her come down and we'll just talk to her real quick and see.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do an interview with her.
I need to watch him.
I do a lot of these.
What's that?
I do a lot of these.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it. I just put it in.
Good.
And your timestamp's correct?
I believe it
Okay.
is. She just got a call from somebody,
Okay.
random, some other area that said, if ever you guys get some protection.
Okay. Could you get that phone number? So, yeah, anytime you get a threat like that, if you get the phone number on there, we can start working that up on there. And
He's gonna need to shut down.
I think
Shut
it'd
the
probably
bar
just
down.
shut the bar down.
Probably smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just because of the whole national.
Yeah. Sucks for Friday night.
Yeah.
It's better than getting burnt down.
Yeah.
Well, they'll burn it down
Burn it down.
anyways.
They'll burn it down. Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's closed or not. We just won't have people burn.
214 dispatch for reset.
All right, there he is, right there. Mm-hmm. And he's drinking a beer. Damn it.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
You guys are gonna have some work to do.
What do you see?
Hey, yeah, just all.
His mom gave it to him.
Okay. Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
I guess I did. What time is that?
We're at
2:30.
2:30.
Hold on, I'll get you the right date, John.
Other cameras we're gonna need.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna put in my report, I gotta see it.
Yep.
I'm not being a dick, but
No, I
No,
yeah, I understand completely on there.
No, I'll download everything. Give me a copy.
All right, perfect. That way,
Anybody have a USB?
do not have one. You got a USB?
no.
No.
We can run back with a copy of one. So we're gonna look in camera 1, 2, 3.
You want to have Gary bring one down?
Yeah, see if we can grab one down. See, I'll call.
I'll call.
You want to call? Yeah, we'll get one.
You.
Yep.
I'm gonna mute this and go over here. I don't want to be here any more than you do. So this is how we're going to play it.
Okay.
Because the media's out front, I'm going to go get my squad car.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to leave. I'm going to go back to the police department.
Okay.
A couple minutes behind me, get in your car, drive over to the police department, park in the front, and then go inside. I'll meet you up there. That way I'm not drawing any unneeded attention to you.
Me, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll talk there, and then you can leave from there. Okay.
Clay, you want me to come here after that? He's talking right now. Okay. I'll just
Okay.
come afterwards. Sounds good.
Fair enough?
Yes.
All right, don't take off on me.
I'm gonna walk out this door because I don't want to be out front. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
All right, why don't you wait a few minutes?
Okay.
Stay here. Wait a few minutes and then follow me. If you follow me out, then they're going to follow you and they're going to follow me. And
Yes.
if they're taking pictures from public property, we can't do anything about it.
Oh, okay.
Being that Pudgy's is open for business right now and open to the public, they could even come inside and take pictures. So
Okay.
we'll do the best we can. I'll see you up there in a few minutes, okay?
they will help those who are the intended people to be helped by these ideas, and how they go forward in addressing the crisis on the pandemic side, awareness of issues that we're seeing.
Madam Charles, 1709, AAG 1709, Protected Parking House,
More topics and more issues. I'm waiting to see a chance to address these issues. We got a guest on last week or this week with the Senate now going to the Democrats. So he's going to have Democrats in the Senate, Democrats in the House help push forward that agenda. But I think
conversation with Lieutenant. Everything we're going to do is going to be recorded multiple times for obvious reasons. All I'm doing is turning on the recording in the room. Sure, you're fine. Take it right off. Be comfortable, please. Oh, Jesus. Anyway. Okay, we're going to start with some basic information. You're Lindsay, correct? Lynsie?
No. Lyn.
That's how he told me to spell it. Lynsie. You spelled it right. Maybe I said it wrong. Last name Michel.
Correct.
Lindsay, what's your middle initial?
R.
Your date of birth? Okay. All right, I'm sure you're aware of why you're here. I need to ask you a few questions. Reference Kyle Rittenhouse coming into the bar that night. Can you tell me what night it was? Do you remember the date?
Afternoon.
Tuesday afternoon.
Probably right around 3.
Tuesday would make it the 5th.
Correct.
What time did he show up?
I'd say around 3 o'clock. I was already done with my shift.
3 p.m.?
Yep.
Okay. Were you still behind the bar?
No.
Who was behind the bar then?
T-Bone, James.
James. Okay. So James started at 3? Or when did he start?
Started at 2.
James started. Okay.
My shift ended at 2.
James. Let me see
Last
here.
name, I think it's-
Yeah, Blasek. He started at 2. Okay, so you weren't behind the bar anymore. Okay. Tell me what you remember happening at 3 p.m. when he walked in.
I was sitting on the slot machine in the corner. Typically, on Tuesdays, I open and I get off at 2. I
Okay.
finish my stuff. I usually put $20 in.
Play the slots for a bit.
See where I get, and then make sure he's set and he's okay, and then I leave.
Okay.
I was sitting there and playing the machine, and crowds of people started coming, and like 2s and 3s, and I didn't realize that they were all coming together to meet each other. And then all of a sudden,
Okay, slow down for me right there.
Okay,
So
sorry.
you say crowds, like how many groups of 2 to 3 showed up?
I would say cumulatively altogether, I think there was either 15 to 20 people in his party.
15 to 20 people
Mm-hmm.
in small groups.
Yeah.
What drew your attention to this?
Loud noise. I mean,
Loud
like,
noise and the sheer number of people, or
Just
is that normal for the bar?
around that time, a lot of people are getting off of work, so
Okay.
it is kind of normal. But I always, like, obviously my back's turned to the door.
To the door.
So every time I hear the door open, I'm like constantly looking behind
Okay.
me because I want to know who's coming up behind me.
Right, gotcha.
So once he walked in, I kind of did a double look, but I'm not really too familiar with this whole stuff
Okay.
going on in Kenosha. I heard about it, but I didn't know who he was.
Okay, you didn't hear earlier that he was coming or anything like that, and you had no advance notice.
I honestly didn't even know that he had his court hearing or whatever it was, or pled, or until after it all arose, and then I was like, oh Lord, like.
Okay. So did he walk in before everybody else, or mid, at the end, after?
I'd say.
So there's 15 to 20 people in the bar now, came in 2 to 3 person groups. Everybody's kind of milling around, a little bit of energy in the air. Did it feel any different in there?
Kind of seemed like excitement.
Okay.
So then I didn't really think much of it, and then I cashed out my game, and I went and sat by a couple of our regulars, and then they informed me who it was, and I said,
Did they say he was already in the bar then?
Mm-hmm.
So when he walked in, you didn't recognize him?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And I noticed it was getting busy, so that's why I cashed out my ticket to go. If T-Bone really needed somebody to help him, or if he's not the fastest, so me being there, if he gets behind or whatever, I'll help you out or whatever you need. You need ice or soda or whatever.
Okay, so you didn't recognize him when he walked in, and then when you cleared the machine, you went over and talked to some regulars, and they're the ones who informed you that it was Kyle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was Kyle doing at this time?
Just walked in. I mean,
he had just walked in. How long do you think it was between the time you walked in and the time that you found out he was there?
Probably like 15, 20 minutes.
15 minutes? 15, 20 minutes? Okay. Once you found out who he was, did you see what he was doing in the bar at the time?
He was over talking to family or friends or whoever he came with. I guess I didn't really make sure if he was drinking or not because his mother was there. So.
Okay. How'd you find out his mom was there?
A regular said that too.
A regular. Okay. Did you see him drinking?
No.
No?
I mean, I kept looking over there to monitor the situation to see if there was anybody not okay with the situation, or if there was an altercation, or if something was going to happen. But honestly, it just seemed like a regular person walking through the door. Nobody was stating they were upset or felt that they were
nothing felt out of the ordinary. They didn't notice any tension in the air.
No. It was more excitement, and I didn't quite understand why. But I also don't follow the case, so I didn't until after all this happened. I read about it, and I didn't know that he had a $2 million bond, or that he was out on bond, or that. I guess I didn't really follow everything.
So, you were told by the regular that he was with family. Did you go behind the bar at all to help
I went back
James
there
back out
to get some water. I did go behind there once, but I didn't serve anybody.
You didn't sit? No.
Oh, no.
Understand. Sorry. Happened to me yesterday, too. Understand, I'm not looking to get you in trouble. This is just information gathering. Okay, I'm not gathering evidence to try and charge you with anything. You're of your own free will. If you don't want to do this, you can leave at any time. Okay, understand that. I'm just trying to gather the facts because the facts in this case are going to matter.
Okay.
How long did you? So at no time you served him.
I didn't serve anybody in that party.
Okay. Did you serve any alcohol or anything after you clocked out?
No, I don't believe I did. No.
Okay. I mean, this is just going to corroborate all the video. So
Yeah.
if there's something that we're gonna see on the video, it's imperative that you tell me now.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, because we don't want things to look as if you're trying to hide something.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna see it. I just want this to match up with what we see on the video, and then we're golden. Okay. What time did you stay till?
I called my child's father and asked if he could keep her till 6. So that way I could stay the whole time because I didn't want something to happen.
Without you being there. Okay. So you stayed till 6, or you left before 6?
I stayed till 5:30,
Stayed till 5:30.
but he was gone way before that. I would say he probably was there for maybe 45 minutes. I guess I didn't really look at the time frame.
Okay.
Maybe an hour. I'm not quite sure. Wasn't like they were there partying and doing shots or anything. I didn't see any shots being happened.
Okay. So Kyle was there for about 45 minutes, and then he left before you did?
Mm-hmm.
Did his whole group that he came with leave as well?
Yes.
Okay. And what time was that, do you think?
4-ish, 4:20-ish. Maybe a little after that.
Okay. While he was in there, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No,
Did you notice him drinking any alcohol while he was there?
didn't really pay attention.
You didn't
to
pay
that.
attention to
I
it?
was more focused
Did you speak
on
with
the
him?
room. I did.
You did. What did that conversation entail?
I think they had a service dog in there, and I asked what the dog's name or if she could have treats.
Okay. And what did he... Who brought the service dog?
There was a gentleman there. I don't know if it was a bodyguard or a manager or who it was.
Okay.
Like, little short, stocky guy,
Okay. And it was a service dog? Was it a bigger dog, little dog?
black lab.
Black lab? Okay, so you talked to him for a minute and asked to pet it, or asked to get the dog a treat?
Mm-hmm.
Was that where you were talking to the bodyguard, or were you talking to Kyle?
I asked Kyle.
Okay, and what did he say?
You're gonna have to ask whoever that guy is.
Okay. He didn't identify that guy?
I think he said his name was Dave or something.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure. Now the guy did come up to us and talk to us, and he said, "Please don't leak any videos or anything like that." And I said, I'm not gonna leak anything or say anything. I'm like, to me, I'm like, you're a customer.
Okay. All right, we're going to have to dig into that a little bit deeper. Okay.
I don't know who the guy was, though.
Okay, so Kyle left 4:30ish. Before he left, you spoke with him about his about a black lab service dog that was in there.
Mm-hmm.
And you asked Kyle if you could give it treats.
Mm-hmm.
And he said to ask.
Dave, I think his name was. I'm not quite sure.
But he was a short, stocky guy.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what he was wearing?
Button-up shirt and dress pants and dress shoes. He was bald.
Button-up shirt. What color do you know?
Black or gray, I want to say. Maybe dark blue. I know it was a darker color, but I didn't really pay attention.
Okay. Ask Dave, unsure. Short, stocky guy. Button-up shirt, black pants.
Mm-hmm.
Like dress pants?
Yeah.
He was bald.
Mm-hmm.
And when you and then you asked Dave if you could give him a treat.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say?
Yes, that's fine. And then I explained that if you pay $1, all the funds go to the VA, the veterans.
Okay. So you had a conversation with, we'll call him Dave.
Yeah.
Had a conversation about a $1 donation for VA. Okay, now what took place?
They were off doing their own little thing. I was talking to a regular.
Okay, when did Dave talk to you about not disseminating videos?
They were all in the corner taking a picture.
Who's they all? The whole group?
Kyle and I don't know if it's his cousins, friends. They're younger guys.
Kyle and a group?
Yeah. They're all younger guys. We're in the corner taking a picture in the bar.
All right.
And then Dave came up to me. Or, I don't know, I'm calling him Dave. I don't
Okay.
know.
We'll go Dave.
Okay. He came up to me and he said, please don't take any pictures or release them out on media or whatever. And I said, I don't plan to release anything or...
Did you take a picture?
I did take a picture.
Do you still have it?
I do.
Okay. I'm going to need to get a picture of that picture or download that picture for evidence purposes.
Okay.
Dave said, please don't release. Any pictures? Did he say why?
He said, you can share it all you want after this is all over with.
Okay.
And then, but he said, right now, don't. And I said, I don't plan on putting anything out there. I said, because it could damage our business here.
Okay. Can you pull that picture up for me? Can I enlarge it?
Maybe.
Just keep that up for a second. I'm going to go figure out how I can get that off of your phone.
Do you want me to email it to you? Or do you want me to text it to you?
No, because I don't want it on my phone, to be honest with you.
Not good.
Not good for me to have it on my personal phone. That's,
Okay.
you know, in the event that that picture became important in court, and I'll explain to you why. If you emailed it to my personal phone, now they can subpoena my personal phone, and then they have all the data that's in my personal phone that's open to court, and I'm not going to do that.
Gotcha.
So let me figure out how to get that off of there, and then we'll continue on from there, okay?
Okay.
Figure out how they want me to, I'll probably just have it emailed to my work account, but let me double check. Don't go anywhere, please. I'll be right back. Conversations in the police department. So yeah, go ahead and email that to him, and then we'll have that.
No, in that situation, I guess, like, for me, I didn't really know how to handle a situation like that, because I would have never thought in 1,000 years that he would walk into Pudgy's.
I never thought in 1,000 years that I'd be called to Pudgy's today because of it.
Yeah.
But I got a whole lot of people above me
Yes.
that want some heads to roll. So
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to do this.
you should be able to just click on the picture. And send it.
There we go.
And then you should be able to just type in that email address and hit send. You don't need to write anything, just a simple picture. Yes, that is my stomach. Sorry.
Okay. Alright, I just sent it.
Okay. So, nothing else of interest or importance took place. You didn't overhear any conversations that you felt were noteworthy?
Not really.
Did you have any other conversations with him other than asking about the dog?
With Dave.
Or with Kyle?
So they took that picture.
Okay.
He came up and talked to me about that stuff.
About not disseminating the picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
He asked who I was. I just said my name's Lindsay. I shook his hand. He asked who some of the regulars were and greeted them and shook their hand, asked their names. Then a regular came in and they were all over on the far side of the wall, taking pictures or talking or goofing around. And
The whole crew, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Kyle's crew?
Then one of my other regulars came in, noticed who it was, and walked straight up to, or put his stuff down, got money out of the machine, walked straight up to him and shook his hand and congratulated him, or I don't know what the conversation was.
Okay. Were you close enough to hear the conversation, or you just saw him talk to him?
I just saw him talk.
Okay.
He was on the far side by the railroad tracks. I was more closer to the door at that point, so I didn't hear what he said or anything. Trying to think. So that happened. Then they all went outside out front, so I didn't know if they left or where they went.
Okay.
They were outside for a while. I said like maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Okay. They all went outside?
A lot of the younger males did.
Including Kyle?
Yes. I thought maybe they left. Because they were out there for, I would say like 20 minutes or so. For a while. So I don't know what they were doing out there.
In the smoking area or in the parking lot?
In the front patio.
On the front patio?
Umbrellas
Okay.
and stuff are.
Okay.
So, and then they came back in. I talked to Dave again. Dave, whatever his name was. I informed him that, hey, this is when our traffic comes through in here. It gets a little busy and we have karaoke and Dart League tonight. So I don't think, it's probably best if...
You guys bounce?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just silencing this.
And he said, okay, that's fine. We're packing up now anyways.
Okay.
At that point, Kyle went to the bathroom. I think it's in that sequence. I'm not quite sure, but I know he walked in the bathroom. T-Bone, James, the bartender, asked me, can you ask him if I can get a picture with him? And I said, just ask him if you want one. Like, he said, can you ask? So Kyle came out of the bathroom. I said that he wants to take a picture with you. And the Dave guy was like, that's fine. So T-Bone came out and had me take the picture of them.
Okay, so James, let me try and get some synopsis here. So James asked you to take a picture
Of them together.
and you did? Ultimately you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then another regular asked to get a picture with him too.
Who took the picture?
I did.
You took the picture on James' phone? You didn't do anything wrong. No.
I know. Everybody's kind of giving me crap about it though at the bar, and I'm like, I just don't really know. I've never been in a situation before, so I don't really know how.
None of us have, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I did anything wrong.
No. Not legally. You know, the unfortunate part is it remains to be seen how much of this backlash lands on the bar.
Yes, I agree.
And we all got to sit back and take a deep breath and see how bad the storm's going to get. You know, hindsight sometimes 20/20, sometimes it's not.
I mean, this could have happened anywhere though, correct? Like if he walked into Walmart and got a pair of socks, or you know.
No, because that wouldn't be a potential bond violation.
Oh, see, and I didn't know anything about.
You
that
don't have
stuff.
to know. You don't have to know that.
Because in my job, I'm not like I can't ask somebody their criminal record
Right.
when they walk in, correct? Like,
And you weren't serving alcohol.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of factors that have to be taken into account here.
okay.
And that's where we're at. I just had to get your statement today. After James and Kai, after you took the picture for James, was there anything that happened after that?
Kyle was talking to me, but I don't really remember what. It was nothing insignificant or anything. It wasn't anything about his personal life. It wasn't anything about any of that.
The case or anything like that?
No.
So you and Kyle had a conversation?
Yeah, I didn't ask for a picture with him, but I didn't save it because at that point I'm like, I'm sitting there thinking about all this and I'm like, this could look bad for here. At that point I'm thinking, I'm like.
So you did take a picture with him?
Yeah, I didn't save it. That was just on Snapchat and I didn't send it to nobody or anything. I deleted it.
Who
right
took
away.
that picture? Was it a selfie?
Yes. So I sat there and I was like, this is not a smart choice, Lindsay.
Okay. Well, it's important we know that because we're going to see that on the video.
Mm-hmm.
But you deleted it and didn't disseminate it?
No.
When did you delete it?
Like on Snapchat, you can either hit the X button, like it doesn't automatically.
You take it, it doesn't save to your data, but you can send it for a certain amount of time?
Yeah, but I didn't send
Okay.
it out. I just hit
Okay.
the X button right away. Like, so like, for instance, I'll show you.
Don't take one of me.
No, I'll take a picture of the wall or something. So like, I could take a picture of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I can choose to send it or save it, or just exit. And then
Okay.
it doesn't save.
It doesn't go into the memory in your phone?
No, it was never.
Not that you know of?
No.
It may very well be in there if the phone was downloaded, but I'm not certain. Okay. I don't think there's anything else that I need. Let me go make sure that he got that
No.
That photo?
Yeah. Now, I did overhear regulars in the bar talking about some of the personal stuff, or they had conversations with people. But at the same time, there's people, moving all over the
Right.
place, so I'm not having those conversations with them direct people.
Right.
I think one of my regulars said the reason why they were here was because they heard it was a good place to come to, and it was off the beaten path. That's what one of the regulars said. And another regular said that they moved somewhere out of Antioch up here somewhere. I don't know if that's correct or true or anything like that, but that's
I don't either.
That's none of my business where they live.
Well, it'd be my business if he lives in this area, but
Yeah.
he's. I don't know any details of any of that.
The only thing I noticed that was different was the crowd that was sitting against the wall by the Christmas tree, the front window. I've never seen them in there before.
Mm-hmm.
And they came in on my shift. There was 3 of them. They came in and they said that they were correctional officers. They came in on my shift probably around like 11:30. I got off at 2. But they weren't really like drinking. They were playing darts and pool and kind of just enjoying themselves.
So when did this take place? They came in with him?
No.
They were there before he got there?
Yes. But
Okay.
then looked like they had friends come in, and I've never seen them people before in my life, and the one was a African-American man, dressed up nice, and I kind of, like, that's not something normal in there, so I kind of looked at that. And then once that picture got leaked on Facebook, it's right where they were sitting. So I'm assuming that's... I don't know which one of that group may have done it, or it could have been anybody, but that's where the angle was taken from.
Do you know who... Mark Stevens is?
Mm-mm.
You ever heard of that name?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So let me understand what you're telling me. How do you know you believe they were corrections officers?
Yeah, they were talking to me a little bit earlier through the day.
Before
When I was working.
this was before Kyle showed up.
They said they worked for Racine County and correctional officers. There was 2 males and a female. They were playing darts for a while. Played pool. They had a pizza.
Okay.
I think they had 3 drinks each on me. I'm just trying to...
Sodas or beers or what?
No, they were drinking. So when they first walked in, they ordered Jaeger bombs.
Okay.
And then they ordered mixed drinks.
Okay. Did you think that did it later, maybe like they were hanging out there waiting for Kyle to show up?
No.
Do you think there was association between the two? Okay.
No.
That's all I would worry about.
I just didn't know.
You've never seen him before?
No. And when I was leaving, the girl was just wasted.
Okay.
But, that's not my shift, so, I don't know. I don't know if she had an Uber coming or what her plan
Sure.
was.
Sure. Okay. All right, Lindsay, I don't think I have anything more for you.
I'm safe to work tonight. I close.
That's a hard question. Because if I tell you yes and something happens, then I look bad.
Yeah.
If I tell you no and you don't go to work and nothing happens, then I look bad.
Yeah.
That's not a would I work tonight? Yes. Would I strongly encourage your boss to take appropriate actions, whatever he seems fit? Yes.
Okay. Now, are there going to be police patrolling or like?
Well, we're always not far away. We're just down the road. We're aware of the situation. Obviously, there's going to be an extra emphasis on there. But the only one, and I will tell this to domestic violence victims all the time, the only one can ensure your own safety is you. Use your intuition, use your sense. As a bartender, you can tell when things are going to jump off. You can tell when things are out of sorts. You feel the energy just like we do. Call, get yourself out of this situation. Obviously, if 40 cars blaze into the parking lot, you better be on the call to 911. If your boss decides to keep the bar open and he still wants you to work, that's the conversation that you have to take up with your boss. I can't recommend what your boss should do either way. I'm not in a position where I can do that.
Well, and I took off on Facebook that I even work at Pudgy's or have anything associated with there because I don't want to be targeted.
Right. And your boss is, and Clay is going to be freaking out about this too.
Oh, I haven't been sleeping. I've been freaking out.
Okay. I'm surprised it's taken this long, but it's gaining steam, and that's what worries us a little bit. There will be. I'm sure we've got an extra attention already for the place, but
I'm just more or less worried that they come after whoever.
And I don't know who the whoever is either.
No, I'm saying like whoever. Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
At this day and age in this country, you know,
I'm,
you don't know if it's going to be the far left or the far right.
Yeah, I'm afraid. Like I don't know. I live by myself with my daughter, so I'm like. I don't know if I'm
Well, the only one who has your personal information right now is me.
Okay.
Unless you've given it to anybody else.
No.
Okay.
For this reason, I don't.
Unfortunately, if they have crazy ways of gaining information, they may pay one of the regulars $25 to give me your first and last name. A simple Google search tells me where everything I need to know about you.
Yeah.
But the same goes for me. You know, my name is out there. My name will have to be on the police reports. So I signed up for this. I know you didn't, but
I do have one question. It's not, well, it's kind of pertaining to this. 'Cause for my right mind, how does that work if anybody's out on bond? Are they not supposed to be in there? Or
typically when someone gets released, if you've been charged with a crime, you've had your initial court appearance, you are considered out on bond. You know, you bonded out, whether it's a signature bond, whether it's a cash bond. Typically the judge will make stipulations to adhering to your bond. Now bond, you know what bond means?
Yeah.
They paid a certain amount. If you violate the conditions of your bond, you can lose that money.
okay.
Now a judge can stipulate no drug use, no driving, no bars, no alcohol, no guns. It's entirely up to the judge what those stipulations are. Okay. That being said, if you're in a bar and somebody that you got in a fight with is out on bond and he's in there drinking and you know he has a no drinking, then if you call the police and we look at his bond conditions, he goes back to jail for a bail jumping charge and you forfeit your bond.
Okay.
So that's how that system
But
works.
that's not really any of my that's not my responsibility. No.
No.
Okay.
No,
That's what I
the burden of proof is on the investigating officers to prove that he's in violation of his bond, and then we charge him with bail jumping. You know, if a person violates their bond, and the district attorney has the last say in the matter. So.
Okay. I just want to
Okay.
make sure that because I'm like I'd have to ask everybody that walks in the dang door if you're supposed to be drinking or and I'm like I can't
No.
keep track of that.
I mean, if you know someone is
Yeah.
out on bond, and you can get yourself into a sticky spot if you know they're on bond. Like if your brother came in and you know he's out on bond and you're not supposed to drink and you serve him anyways, you could be contributing, but it's his ultimate decision to take that drink or not. So,
Now, if he wasn't drinking, like he's still allowed in there with a parent, correct? Like, that's, I was always told.
Are we talking about Kyle?
Or anybody. I mean,
Anybody.
So if I bring my daughter in there.
A minor can be in the bar as long as they're with a legal guardian, or I'm not sure of the exact wording of the statute. As long as they're with a parent or a legal guardian over the age of 21, then you can have a minor child in the bar, and you can allow a minor, you can give consent for a minor child to consume alcohol as their legal guardian. Okay. That's how that law reads. So if somebody wants to bring their 17-year-old kid up there to have a beer, by legal definition, they can do that.
It's the bartender's discretion, though, correct? Or
True. Everything's a bartender. You've got discretion. You know what? I don't want you in my bar. Get out.
Yeah.
I don't like the shirt you're wearing. Get out. You got full discretion to kick anybody out for anything. It's a private. It's a private business. You know. Now, the parking lot's a different story, and this is gonna happen. Is that media is probably gonna show up and be outside, and we'll have to look at whether they can legally enter the bar, which they probably can, because it's open to the public. Media can go anywhere open to the public. Can they go behind the bar into the back room? No. But they can probably come in and put a big camera up in the middle of your bar and videotape everything for the whole night, legally.
It's going to be a fun night.
That's my assumption. I'm not an attorney. I'm not the district attorney. I may be way off on that. That's how I'm going to qualify that.
Do you want me to keep this?
Yes. Hold on to that as a resource. I'm going to go, before you take off, let me go double check, make sure he got that picture.
122. Can you still call up or is it stuck up? Just a second. 135, I can take the parking violation.
What do you got? I just got ambushed by the media as I walked out. I was like, ah. Or yes, we're here confirming that we